Good afternoon, everybody. This is Mark Ingber, and here is a look at what's going on this weekend in Hopkins. Hopkins Main Street School of Performing Arts is performing Rent this weekend at the Southern Theater in Minneapolis. Main Street is the first high school in the Midwest to perform the Broadway show, which addresses issues such as homosexuality, bisexuality, and HIV. The script the school is using is an alternative version of Rent that was produced specifically for younger actors. The version alters some of the lines in the show. For showtimes and more information, visit www.performing-arts-school.org. In other theater news, Hopkins High School is performing Arthur Miller's The Crucible this weekend in the school's auditorium. The play is based on actual events that led to the Salem witch trials in the 17th century. It was written in the early 1950s as a response to McCarthyism. For showtimes and more information, visit www.hhstheater.org. Premiering at 7 p.m. tonight at the Hopkins Center for the Arts is Stages Theater's production of The Shadow Thieves. The show is based on the book of the same name by Minnesota author Anne Ursu. It explores what would happen to a Twin Cities teenager if Greek myths were real. For more information on the play, which runs through March 15th, call 952-979-1111 or visit www.stagestheater.org. For a sports update, here is Sun Sports reporters Mike Shaughnessy and John Sherman.
The Hopkins boys basketball team gets a lot of attention, and obviously deservedly so given their record and their talent, but the girls under Brian Cosgriff are having another very solid season, and they just had a big win the other night.
I'll tell you, Mike, that was a thriller with Wayzata and Hopkins the other night in a big Classic Lake game. Hopkins needed the win to keep its title chances going, and Hopkins defeated Wayzata 56-55 on a late free throw by Jenna Lillamo, one of the seniors on the team. This Hopkins team is 22-2 right now. They're one of the best teams in the state, certainly, and they'll be going against Armstrong coming up next Tuesday, the 24th. That's the game for all the marbles. Classic Lake title will be on the line. Earlier this season, Armstrong defeated Hopkins in an upset by 19 points. So Hopkins has a lot to prove in that Tuesday game. It should be a good one. Armstrong has some very fast guards. Hopkins has great depth and a good post player in Hannah Potter, and it should just be a great game. As far as games that I've seen this year, this will be one of the best, I'm sure. And the Hopkins boys, you mentioned them, and we always like to comment on what they're doing. They just played a game with Thomas Jefferson High School from Brooklyn out in New York City at Fordham University. Hopkins came back with a good intersectional win, prevailing 79-65 in what was a very good game. Hopkins was ahead by more than 20 points before clearing the bench late in the game, and congratulations to Kenny Novak Jr. That's a huge win for the program and shows that Hopkins can compete with the top programs in the country.
And I saw some internet guys who actually had an opportunity to see that game came away very impressed with Royce White.
There's a lot on Hopkins basketball on the internet. In fact, one fan was speculating how the Hopkins team might do against the NBA West All-Stars. So Hopkins is getting the props, is getting the recognition. Royce White going to the University of Minnesota next year has really been stepping up lately. The other night he had 31 points in a game against Armstrong, and Royce is really a dominant player in the low post, dunks the ball hard, good rebounder, swats the opponent's shots away. He's going to be fun to watch with the Gophers.
And here's a look at your weekend weather. Today will be a high of 22 degrees with a chance of snow. Tomorrow will be partly cloudy with a high of 18, and Sunday will also be partly cloudy with a high of 25. For Sun Newspapers, I am Mark Ingber. Have a great weekend, and I will see you next week.